where the footballs are.
Could you tell me where the nearest hospital?
Excuse me, could you tell me where I am?
Can you tell me when the next ferry arrives?
When you know when your moment comes.
How are you guys? Today we are going to speak about polite ways to ask for information. Polite means أكثر أدبا, to ask for information لطلب المعلومات. So you can use can, could and would. How can we use these expressions or these verbs to make a polite request or asking politely for information? Here we go. Number one, as you can see here, excuse me, can or could you tell me? Can you tell me? Could you tell me? Then the question. Number two, would you mind telling me? Then the question. But what happened to the question? Look at number 1 and 2 and 3 under the first column. You will find that where is the bank? So we have where, then the verb, then the noun, the bank. But if you start the question using could or can or would you mind telling me, what will happen to the verb? The verb moves to or after the noun or the subject of the verb, like the number 3 in the first column. Could or can you tell me where the bank is? So is moved to or after the subject of the noun. What can you do in number 2 and 3? I'll give you 2 seconds to think. Yeah, but let's answer the first one as an example for you. Here we go. Could you tell me where the bank is? So I transferred the verb after the subject of the question. Okay, let's move to number 2. When is Tom's graduation? Graduation هو يوم التخرج. So do you know when Tom's graduation is? So I moved the verb after the subject of the question, which is Tom's graduation. So the new question or the polite question, do you know when Tom's graduation is? But number 3, it has a special case. We have here did and go. Both are verbs. According to the rule, they said that you must delete did or does or do and change the verb according to the tense. How is that? Let's see. Here. Would you mind telling me? Then where? Then I delete did. But if I delete did, the sentence must be in the past also. So I change go into went to keep the balance of the tenses. But if we have does, what will you do? Just to change go into goes, and you delete does if there is the verb does. What about do? Delete do and don't do anything. Let's move to some exercise. Here is an example to remind you, where are the biscuits? Here we go. We have here the verb are, and we want to start with a polite way. So you can say, excuse me, can you tell me? Then I change the position of the verb after the subject of the question, where the biscuits are. Okay, let's move to number 1. Where is the bus station? I'll give you 2 seconds to think about that. Could you tell me? Where? Right? The bus station. Then I put is. Right. That's right. Okay. Let's move to number 2. Would you let me know, or would you tell me, or would you mind telling me? All are correct. Yeah. When? We have do. What will happen if we see do or does or did? I delete do or does or did. But do, we can't change anything in the verb. So it will be when the shops close. Right, that's right. Let's move to number 3. Why was the train late? Do you know? Huh? Why? Then I change the position of the verb after the subject of the question. Why the train was late. Right. How long does it take? So you can say I'd like to know, or do you know, or could you tell me, or can you tell me, or would you mind telling me? But here we have does. Does must be deleted, but before does disappear, you must add s to the verb. So the polite question goes like this: how long it takes. Right. Why? Because we deleted does.